Good morning, MolyFitters. Well, we're on week 4 already, and today we're going to start applying what we've learnt the last few weeks to stop being top heavy. So from the book, we're page 11. And what we're going to talk about today is straightening you up and how important it is for fall prevention. Now, anatomically correct posture, you put your core on, you maintain a neutral spine, and your head sits up here nicely on top of your shoulders. But none of us do that, and this is the problem. Once we get a bit around shoulder, the chest tightens up, we come forwards, and that makes you so much more likely to fall if you trip. So all we're going to do is we're going to start straightening you up, and we're going to start by loosening off the shoulders and the shoulder blades. So let's cut all the waffle and get straight into it. Remember the Molly checklist. First things first. Feet hip distance apart, soften your knees, not bend, activate your core. So remember what we did in weeks 1, 2 and 3, activate it. Neutral spine, what I mean by that is not an arch back, not a flat back, just somewhere in the middle. Open your chest and head up, hands by your side. And let's just take a few breaths there. And we're going to keep the arms straight, we're going to lift the shoulders up to our ears, and we're going to roll back like so. Easy as that. So let's do 10. Up and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Try not to bend the arms, keep them straight. 8, 9, 10. So the reason we don't bend the arms is we want all the tendons and ligaments nice and straight so it gets maximum impact into our shoulder blades. Don't worry if you heard some crunching and crackling, that's perfectly normal. In fact, the more crunching the merrier. What we're trying to work against is muscles, when they contract, they slide together like so. You get adhesive fibers where they stick and they become knots. And we all get headaches and tension headaches and stiff necks, and that's basically because of poor posture and knotty muscles. And this is counteracting that. So as you come up and go back, you'll feel it going and hear it sometimes, and that's just those knots and tight muscle fibers separating. So don't worry about that. Now the reason I've started with this exercise is first of all to apply the core standing, and second of all, if we can loosen up here, it just pulls you back and keeps you up straight. So let's try that again one more time, but this time try and focus on all the crunching you can hear going on behind. Really loosen those muscles off. Feet hip distance apart, soft knees, activate your core, neutral spine, hands by your side, stick the chest out, head up, and just see if you can stand up straight. It might be too painful for you to stand up straight because you're so used to being down here. If that's the case, don't force it. We've got enough time over the weeks to get you a bit straighter. So let's go. Arms straight, hands by your side, up and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Remember, nice big deep movements. The deeper the better. But when you do it, try not to arch the back. Try and keep your buttocks tight and your core on. That locks you in position, which is what I was talking about or waffling about, as someone said to me. Weeks 1, weeks 2 and weeks 3. Get that core on to lock everything in position so we're isolating the right muscles. Perfect. Now, I want you to practice this. And you can do it as many times in a day as you want. In fact, the more the merrier. It will have so much impact on your day-to-day life if you can stay loose up here. So do 10 at a time, and you can do it on the hour every hour. But as long as you do it at least once a day, 10 nice big shoulder movements to loosen off. Now, as I said earlier, don't worry about the crunching and crackling, but if you're doing it and it causes pain, then stop. Every and any exercise that we're doing on this 20-week course should not cause you pain. If it causes you pain and discomfort, then stop and send me a message and we can work it out. Now, whilst we're talking about sending messages, This is the book we're working from, and if you're a Hertfordshire resident, we've got funding, so anyone in Hertfordshire can receive a free copy. All you need to do is email me and I'll send you one out. Also, Welwyn Garden City Central Library are stocking them, and Topkins Pharmacy in Harpenden. Right, so let's go over, that's enough for today. So what we'll do is we'll go over last week's sessions just to make sure you're happy with those. In fact, let's do these standing up, because it's a lot harder to do these standing up, and it'll give you a real good idea to see if you're doing it properly. Let's start with the pelvic floors. So from here, imagine you're holding in a wee, and at the same time, tighten your anus. And we're going to tighten and relax, so we're pulsing. And let's do 10 of those. If you're doing it properly, you shouldn't see any movement. Remember, these are all internal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And if you can see yourself standing there going like this, using your thighs and your stomach and your bottom, try and internalize it. Let's try again. 1, 2, stay still. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. So let's transfer that up a little bit into our TVA, our core muscle. So imagine there's a zip going from your groin up to your belly button. Draw it in, and as you do that, you should feel yourself straightening up. Hold it there. I can see the cameraman doing it as I'm explaining. Up he went. Good lad. Right, hold it there and hold it for 10, 9, 8. You should feel it here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's perfect. And that actually acts as a corset around the waist. So not only does it straighten you up, it also protects your back. Let's try that again. So zip up. Go on, Arif. Zip it up from the groin, up to the belly button. Hold it there. Not too tight that you stop breathing, because remember, one of the core muscles is the diaphragm, so make sure you breathe. All right, nice big breaths. Let's hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. So we've got the shoulder circles to crack on with, literally crack on with this week. 10 of those a few times a day. And also, at least once a day, try your pelvic floors. Pulse and relax for 10, but importantly, don't overdo these, because if you overdo them, you can stress the muscles and cause other complications. So pelvic floors just once a day. And then your core, I want you to start being more mindful about your core in other aspects of your life. So if you're sitting down eating dinner, driving, walking, try and be mindful and be aware that your core is on. I don't want you to tense it, just be mindful that something is working, your core's activated. And let's try over the next few weeks to build up a bit of a relationship with your brain and your core muscles. Anyway, that's it from me. I will see you on Thursday at the same time, 11:30. Until then, keep your core on, stay well and stay MolyFit.